channel. In today's video, I'm going to be recreating one of Hindash's signature makeup look. It's not his signature makeup look, but I saw this video where he created a cool tone eye look and I really fell in love with it. And ever since I bought this palette, I've been meaning to create this video. This is the Hindash Beautopsy palette. These are all the matte shades in this. You guys must have seen this palette in my haul video. I actually bought this off of the Hindash website, and ever since I got this, I've been meaning to film this video, but I just couldn't. It's not an eyeshadow palette per se, but it's just a palette with all of these shades, all of these ombre shades, like one shade transitions into another. You can use different shades for different purposes. Like you can use the pink for blush, you can use the light ones for powder, you can use the darker ones for your bronzer or contour and everything. So I really wanted to put this palette to good use, and he has actually created a bunch of videos using this palette, and because he's an artist, there are a lot of things to learn from him. So I've been watching a lot of his videos where he's explaining how he envisioned this palette and how he envisions people using them, or how he himself uses them. So I found this one video really nice, and I think the model was Shivani. She was a little bit on the tanner side, so I thought that eye look would work on me, which is why I wanted to recreate that look. So I'm not going to be saying that I will recreate the look to the T, because he is a brilliant artist and I'm nowhere close to that, but I will try and do my best and see how it works. But I really wanted to use this palette and I thought this would be a good video. Palette is the Beautopsy Pressed Pigment palette. All of the shades are mattes, and this is what it looks like. There are two different names for each of them. One is called Tan Lines, Wet Paint, Boy Wonder, Feel Real, Love Kills, and Intra Fatum. I bought it off of the Hindash Beauty website. Like I mentioned, I was actually planning to go to Dubai in March, which did not happen. I actually thought I'll pick it up from there when I go there, but that did not happen thanks to COVID, and then I just couldn't resist it. So I bought it off of their site when there was a sale during Eid, and I think it retails for about $75. And I'm so sorry, I think currently it's out of stock, so probably he's going to be restocking it pretty soon, so you definitely can check it out. So I did pay shipping charges as well as customs, so even though I got a discount, so the whole price came up to about $75, which I thought was okay. But yeah, if you want to get your hands on this palette, you may have to wait for a longer time. But do keep an eye out on my Instagram. If it is back in stock, then I will definitely post it out there. I'm sure Hindash will post it as well if it is back in stock. So yeah, let's just get started. Yeah, I have the video playing here. I have it here for reference sake, because I just want to look at it and see what he's doing. But I have pulled out all the products. I have watched this video, I think, about 100 times, not 100 times, but at least about 20 times. I brought out all the products that I have that I feel like are going to match the vibe that he's going for. I mean, all of the rest of the products apart from the palette. I think in the video he starts off with skincare, but I've already prepped my face, so I'm just going to jump right into the video. So I'm going to be using my P. Louis base. I feel like my eyes are a little darker for this kind of a look, so I'm just going to be using this. It's in a very lighter shade. I'm just going to take some at the back of my hand, and using this Weaver brush, which I generally use to prep my eyelids, I'm just going to go over. If you guys know me, I like to do my base first and then my eyes, so this is kind of new for me. Now that my eyes are all set, usually what Hindash does is, or what he does in this video is use a pencil and create a wing, and then he smokes it out and kind of create a cream base and then blend it out with powder, and that's usually what he does. But I'm going to be using the Weave Eye Wand. This is in the shade Hazel Nut. This is what the shade looks like. Okay, so the Weave Eye Wand is on, but I'm not very happy with it. On top of that itself, I'm going to be using this Sephora gel eyeliner, intense gel pencil, and I'm just going to go over that. just going to blend out all of that, so I'm just going to do that. Like he said, I think even I have some patches. Oh, but it's all right, but it looks nice. I think I'm using this brush from Zoeva where he's trying to smoke out everything. Okay, now he's taking the palette and he reaches for this shade, which is called Feel. I'm gonna take that and just go over that cream that we applied. He keeps talking about a patch that he's trying to fix throughout the video, but I just cannot see it.
I'm going to be going into wet paint and taking the shade Wet and just applying that on the bare areas, so on the center of the lid and around the brow bone.
And he's taken a fluffier brush like this. This is from BH Cosmetics, and he's going in with this shade Wet and just applying it everywhere else. Just
And going in more with a packer brush on the wet side and just applying that on the center of the lid, because I know that I really want to keep that area bright and high.
Brush like this. I'm not sure if this is the brush that he's using. The brushes are always mentioned here, but it's not, but it almost looks like this brush. It is the Sephora cream shadow pro cream shadow brush. So now he's just packing this color right in the center, just like actually grabbing my MAC small shader brush in 228S, and I'm going to do that because I felt like that one was a little bigger, so I'm just going to shade and just packing it on the inner corner, like he's trying to create a halo eye but with two different colors, which I thought was genius. I mean, I would have never thought of it, but my eye already looks kind of grayish, so am I even doing this right? Oh, pack some here, just do what I did on the other side and just take this is a brush from BH Cosmetics. There's no number on this. I recently got it. And okay, then he says that it depends on your eye shape whether you want to go over your crease or not. So I am going to be doing that because I do have hooded eyes. So I am just going to take that brush back and just go over. Bear in mind, we've not done the face or anything, which is why I feel it's odd, but I think it will come together. Now he's taking some of that gray underneath as well, so which is what he's doing from here. He also keeps doing this because I want to like clean up this upper lid and just try and brighten out this center shade that we put here. So I'm just going to tap some more this with the same brush that I used earlier, just to kind of brighten this up.
For the outer corners, I'm going in with Intrafatum and going in sort of in the middle, more towards the black, and just really smoke out a liner shape.
Now comes the best part actually, because he's trying to define the outer edges, where he's going to go in with this Intrafatum shade, this one, and you know, leaning more towards the black. I'm going to use this one from Charlotte Tilbury, and he's just going to lean onto this one. Going to define this here. So I'm just going to use the same Sephora gel liner that I used, but I'm going to be using it very sparingly. Now he's switching to the base. He's going to finish off the eyes later, so I'm going to be doing the same. So I'm going to be starting off with my base, and for primer he's used the Makeup Forever primer. I've heard a lot of artists use this, even Andrea Ali, I absolutely love her. She also raves about that primer, but I don't have it right now, and so I'm going to be using the Dior Backstage Face and Body Primer. I'm just taking that much and just adding that to, it's not a pore minimizing primer, but it's just a nice primer. I'm just going to add it just to my T-zone. So for foundation, he's using the Giorgio Armani foundation. I actually don't have it. I have ordered it. It will be here soon, which I'm quite excited for. But I'm going to be using the Dior Backstage Face and Body foundation. I have a feeling that it might be similar to that. So I'm just taking some at the back of my hand. Okay, but before that, he's actually color correcting. So I'm going to be using the Live Tinted color corrector in the shade Balance. Not going closer to my eyes because we've already done. I'm just taking the concealer brush and just trying to blend this out. Now he's going in with foundation, and I'm just using this Smashbox brush to do this. And yeah, so that's the foundation all done. Now the contour, I'm going to be using the Fenty matchsticks, which is not a contour my face. I'm going to be using the Fenty matchsticks, which is what he has used here. I'm using this in the shade Truffle. I think he goes a little overboard because he feels like the foundation that he used is a lighter shade match, but did I go overboard? I think the foundation that I used is pretty okay for me, so I'm not going to be using a lot. I'm going to be using the foundation brush to blend this out. No, I always do this as well, and I learned this actually from Hindash, and you know, that kind of like blends everything into the foundation itself. And you know, even if it is harsh or anything, um, it just melts into the foundation, which is what we want. We just don't want like a harsh line, right? So this is something that I did learn from Hindash's videos. Now I'm going to be using a concealer. I think he's using the Dior
Skin Correct one, I think.
Yeah, I think he's using the Dior Skin Correct concealer, which is never available on Nykaa. But I'm going to be using my most trusted Nars concealer. Since we have some eyeshadow, I'm just going to go a little lower than I usually do. And you guys know this works really, really well. Then I'm just going to use the same concealer brush that I used to blend out my color corrector, and just going to dab it in. And moving on to the blush, he's using a nude peach from Nude Sticks. I haven't surprisingly used anything from Nude Sticks, so I'm going to be using this Milk Makeup, what is this called, lip and cheek tint. You know what he does is create a cream base and then add powder onto it. He's going in with the same foundation brush, and then he's just adding it the cheekbones. I don't know if this is going to show up at all. I don't have this product. Now we're going to do the brows. We're going to keep it very simple. This Morphe spoolie and angular brush. Just going to brush through that. Take the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil, brow wiz, and I'm just going to add some of those strokes. Now I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Wiz brow gel.
The KVD tattoo liner and just creating a very thin line. Basically, I'm just tracing her lash line and then doing a tiny wing out. Okay, maybe not so tiny, but a very thin wing that extends.
I'm just creating a liner which I'm not very sure about. I'm going to be using this Fenty Beauty eyeliner. How you guys know how much I dislike wearing eyeliner, but I'm going to try doing that now. And I'm just going to create a very simple wing. Okay, my eyeliner is done, but I'm not so happy with it. The left one looks nice. The right one is just okay. Always happens, but let's just move on. Now he's doing something very different, something that I've not tried ever. So I'm just going to, since we did all that concealer and everything,
I'm going to be putting it on the center of the lower lashes just to really create that nice puffy kind of look.
He's anyway going to set the whole thing with that wet paint shade. So I'm taking the Pro crease brush that I used and I'm just adding that. Now he's just taking a combination of tan and feel, but since I am a little darker than that, I'm just going to take a combination of intra and feel and tan, just 3 of those shades, and just add that here. Now I'm just going to add some mascara. I'm just using this Milk Kush mascara from Milk Makeup. So hot. I definitely need a haircut. Finally, we're gonna add some powder. He's taken the Laura Mercier powder, which I don't have, but I'm gonna be taking this shade and I think it will look nice as a powder under my eyes. It's the tan shade. Yeah, I think it looks really nice. It's giving me that blurred effect as well. Okay, so now to contour, he's feel real, but I'm gonna be using the intra and mix it with a little bit of feel. I'm using this brush from Charlotte Tilbury and I'm just going to do that. Just going over wherever we contoured. I'm gonna be now for highlight. I'm gonna be using the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Superstar Glow highlighter. And add this Boy Wonder shade with this blush brush from Morphe, and just going to add this here. Just take it above so that it just blends into the bronzer as well as the highlighter. I think my under eyes need a little bit more brightness, so I am going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury powder. And for the lips, I'm going to be using my this is the only brown I have currently. It's like such a small little pencil. I'm almost done with it, so I just wanted to use it because what he's actually done in his video is a very light nude lip. I'm just trying to create a nice base, and you guys know how much I love to fill in my lips, which is what I've done. I'm creating a base, and I'm going to be using two Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks today. One is called Legendary Queen, and this is what the shade looks like, and I'm just going to go I'm going to top that off with this shade called Stoned Rose. Using the Smashbox setting spray, weightless setting spray. So yeah, that's it. That's the finished look, you guys. I really was very nervous to create this video because Hindash is such a great artist and I'm such a huge fan. I hope I did well. I was, but yeah, this is my first attempt and I think I did okay. I really like the lip color, although it's not exactly what he used, but I think it looks nice with this look. And let me know how I did. And yeah, I absolutely love this palette and I'm glad that I got to use so many shades, and definitely going to be using this more often. Love it. Yep, it was worth my money. Yeah, so that's it. Let me know how I did, and if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I will see you guys in another video pretty soon. Bye.